Treecko? Treecko, where you at? Treecko? There you are, Treecko. What are you doing? We have to record the video. What? Oh no, not Mortal Kombat. Come on, man. We can save this for later. Hey, you had me build you a studio set. Whether you like it or not, you're now a part of this.
Get over here!
What is going on, you guys? This is the Cubone here. As always, I am wearing teal and black like a Duval cat because I am here to talk about the Jacksonville Jaguars. Of course, I am joined by my co-host, Treecko. Relax, buddy. We'll get this done real quick and you'll get back to your games. The stuff I gotta deal with. In this video, we are previewing the Week 3 matchup between the 0-2 Houston Texans and the 1-1 Jacksonville Jaguars. Houston obviously coming off a loss to the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, the Jacksonville Jaguars are coming off a loss to the Kansas City Chiefs. On the board, I have three different storylines that I want to discuss with you about this game. And the first and foremost is quarterback C.J. Stroud. This is the second overall pick from this past draft. And last week, C.J. Stroud actually put up a pretty solid performance against the Colts, albeit the Colts don't have a very good secondary at the moment, but he threw for about 300 and so yards, he actually almost had 400 yards passing, and a couple touchdowns, no interceptions. Showed us some promise of why he was the second overall pick, and he has some weapons to throw to, guys like Tank Dell, a fellow rookie, veteran Robert Woods, albeit he's not probably the same receiver as he was when he was with the Rams, and Nico Collins, who last week had over 100 yards receiving and a touchdown. And they also have Dalton Schultz at the tight end position, so they have some weapons for C.J. Stroud to throw to. I do think, though, they had to do a better job at running the football. Last week, Houston was very subpar running the football against the Colts, so they have to be a little bit more balanced in this matchup. But make no mistake, if they have to rely on C.J. Stroud, I think they will be in an okay situation. But ideally, for a rookie quarterback, you want to be able to run the football. The second storyline I wanted to talk about, and this one's very unfortunate because this just happened this morning as I am recording this video. Cornerback Derek Stingley Jr. Of the Houston Texans injured his hamstring. He's probably going to go in injured reserve. He's not going to be available for this game. And you hate to see it if you're a Texans fan, especially because Houston doesn't have a whole lot of talent on the defensive side of the football, albeit DeMeco Ryans, the new head coach, is a defensive-minded coach. He's still reworking the defense the way he wants it. But he was the third overall pick in last year's draft. And I was always, scratching my head, wondering why they chose him over Sauce Gardner. But Derek Stingley Jr., make no mistake, he has shown some promise of being a good NFL player. It's just very unfortunate to see one of their key defensive pieces go down with an injury right before a key rivalry game. And the third headline that I have on my whiteboard is, this is a must-win game for Jacksonville already in Week 3. Yes, and I have two reasons for that. Reason number one is that the Houston Texans have been the kryptonite for the Jacksonville Jaguars for the last few years. They've lost to the Houston Texans 9 of their last 10 games. 5 straight home games against the Houston Texans they have lost. That needs to stop this time around, especially considering the fact that, like I said, Houston has not won a football game yet. This happened last year, too. Last year, Week 5, Houston was no wins, 3 losses, and a tie going into Week 5. And they came out with that victory against the Jaguars by a score of like 13-6. it was embarrassing for the Jaguars. And I remember after that game, there was all this discussion of whether or not Trevor Lawrence was, was he a bust and is he playing to the expectations and all this and that. And just like last year, this is a game that is extremely winnable for the Jaguars, but they can't fall for the banana in the tailpipe is what I'm trying to get at. The second reason why this is a must-win game for Jacksonville is because if you look at their schedule, the next 2 games after this one, they have to go to London to play the Atlanta Falcons, who are currently 2-0, and then they stay in London to face off against the Buffalo Bills, who the consensus is still one of the top teams in the AFC. So you want to be sure that you win this game against the Texans. That way it puts you to 2-1 with momentum going over to London for the next 2 games, and hopefully you come back from London with at least a 3-2 record at minimum. So make no mistake, this is a must-win game for Jacksonville. And now let's get into the score predictions for this game. Treecko, who do you have winning this contest? Well, I myself have the Jacksonville Jaguars winning this game by a score of 24-14. I think Houston, despite the injury to Derek Stingley, will try to keep this a close matchup. They want to get their first win for D'Amico Ryans, their new head coach. And I think because of that previous loss to the Kansas City Chiefs, that's going to motivate Jacksonville, especially against a divisional rival, to be sure that they get back into the winning column and get that momentum going into London. With that being said, folks, thank you all for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Take care.